And this is what happened tonight.
They want you to leave me in this room. River.
In this week's video, Chas and I will be reviewing the footage of Twin Paranormal as they investigate the Painted Lady. From earthbound spirits to demons, this place has it all.
This is insane, dude. Oh my god, it was doing it. It was doing it. Oh.
Something just touched my...
Hello, everyone. My name is Chastity, aka the Luminary Luna Beams.
And I'm Emily, the fine art medium.
And we're two mediums that specialize in the paranormal. Our purpose is to shed light on what goes bump in the night. That's why we call this YouTube channel podcast
Bites at Midnight.
Bing. Confetti, confetti, confetti. All right. So tonight, this evening, whatever time you're watching, you are about to watch our reaction video to the one and only Twin Paranormal. We have our scariest, our very scariest night encounter, which is for the Painted Lady.
Surviving my scariest encounter. Very scary.
Painted Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this come out just a couple days ago. We are recording on the 30th, probably into the 31st. So the 31st is my birthday. I'll let you guys guess how old I am in the comments. And if you don't know how old I am, if you do know how old I am, don't say nothing. Let people guess. Guess that. But anyways, yes, another year, my solar return has returned. And thankful to be here. We've all had a lot of growth, even for just me in this last year. Emily's had a lot of growth since my last birthday, just measuring by time. But yep, happy to be here, excited for things to come. We got some super special, awesome announcements hopefully coming soon that we can share. But besides that, yeah, guys, we're just going to go ahead and start looking at the first clip. If you don't know who Twin Paranormal is, you can always find it in the description box down below. Also, too, we only do short clips. You watched our videos before, you know, but we do anywhere from a minute to 4-minute clips, generally between 5 and 7 clips from the video. So to get the full video experience, we always encourage you to go support the other creator. We're not about doing the whole reaction because we want to give you more details and try to explain what goes bump in the night for real, for real. So that is our job today. And without further ado, Emily, do you have anything else you want to add before we roll the first clip?
Nope.
L's and T's, L's and T's. Let's roll it.
Word to Big Bird.
When current owner Jesse Heron would purchase it and name it the Painted Lady. Probably a better name than what it was. However, as soon as he stepped foot on the property, he was quickly made aware that all of the violence and bloodshed that had taken place has left a stain that will forever reside there on that land.
I lived here for 9 years, had a ton of really intense experiences here. I was gonna buy the property and it was in like really, really rough shape. Like there was bars on the windows and doors, there were like, it was like shag carpeting, drop ceiling. It was kind of like the neighborhood eyesore. I was into the property, not knowing exactly the history, a little bit about the history, knowing that it was a saloon and brothel and that Billy the Kid stayed here, Pat Garrett stayed here. And so I'm standing like out on the sidewalk before I'd actually signed the papers. And this guy walks up and he says, "Are you looking to buy this place?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Do you know the history?" And I was like, "Well, I know a little bit." And he goes, "You don't know shit."
As time went by, Jesse had started to notice some very odd things happening involving paranormal activity. It all started with Jesse waking up in the middle of the night only to see strange apparitions in and around his room.
So they come and they set up this like demon trap, which is basically like a bread pan. There's like alcohol in there and like cat's claw. So she lights it on fire and they're like saging all the corners or whatever, and they're doing like Reiki on my dog Murray. The flames are like going out into like this little demon trap, and she's like speaking in German. She's saying "Raus, Raus, Raus." She saw him as like an 1800s like gentleman with like a top hat, like well dressed.
There was even another experience where he had encountered what he described as a very dark, powerful entity hovering above him. He says that he was in a state of sleep paralysis as this entity entity started to inch closer and closer. Over a period of time, he had continued to encounter this dark entity, until one night this thing had made an attempt to take over his body.
So I'm sleeping one night and I'm having this like vision or a dream. I see this thing come down the hallway and it crawls on this wall. The way I saw it, it was like a big, like 7 or 8 foot long black lizard. It crawls across that wall and then it comes down and it's like trying to possess me. And I'm like fighting this thing off mentally and physically, and I wake up and I can like throw it off me, and I pop up and I like pull the chain on the lamp, and there's this like black mist thing sitting on the corner of the bed right here. And I was like, holy shit. So I called back the same people that did the demon trap, and I was like, we need a bigger trap.
After these attacks, Jesse had described things in the house becoming much, much worse. While he had lived in the largest room of the building, he was accompanied by his dog Murray. One night, as they were relaxing in the house, when Jesse went to go and pet Murray, he had noticed that the dog had a strange open wound on its neck. Now, he had said that this was almost impossible for another animal to have done this to Murray because he had always spent most of his time inside. Jesse immediately thought that the evil entity that he had been dealing with was the one that had started attacking his dog. And unfortunately, that isn't the worst thing that would happen to Murray. One week while Jesse was out of town, he had asked his mother to go and check in on the dog to make sure everything was okay. But what the mother had found was brutal. She described finding the dog passed away in one of the bedrooms, and it was almost as if he was smashed in between the door, like he was trying to get away from something that was inside. And it just so happens that that is the exact room where the dark entity had attacked Jesse many times before.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Had this happen with a client before. It's not pretty.
So, chest pain, pain in my right ear, burning eyes, headache. Oh, and I was getting jaw spasms. Like I was going through like withdrawals of illicit, you know what use?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of residual energy, of course. And the negative things are feeding off of it. The demon trap thing. Now, if people just use sage by itself, it's literally just gonna piss off what's there. And I know, like, the first medium who did the demon trap, she had other stuff in there. But I just want to say, like, sage by itself ain't gonna do shit.
No.
And it'll just piss things
Takes a
off.
lot more than sage.
Yes.
That's just part of the process. But I mean, in some cultures, it's used to invite spirits in. But see, people say, don't do it and invite spirits in, or do it because it clears your house. It depends on, it does help because there's energy threads, because multiple people use sage in multiple ways, right? So it's kind of up to you on how you want to use something. But if you know a broom's used to sweep or like smush bugs with, or whatever you're doing with your broom, like that's what you use the broom for. It's kind of the same way with sage. But at the same time, it depends on what your intent is behind that sage too, and if you're using it properly.
Because usually when you use sage, it will put a void in the energy, so it'll take stuff out, but it leaves that void for anything to fill in.
Yep, it's like a neutralizer.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Let's see. The entity jumped him and tried to possess him. So it wasn't a full possession, it was the entity. I don't want to say demon yet because I haven't fully analyzed it yet, but I'm saying the entity jumped him when it tried to possess him, which I've experienced, you've experienced, and it's not a fun time.
Yep.
And the entity killing the dog makes me really sad. Really sad. Really sad. Oh, the description of the entity as it like scales the wall and whatnot, it reminds me of my incubus haunting, because that thing looked like I don't know if it's the alien or predator in the movie Alien versus Predator, but had it was black with the long tail, and ooh.
Ew.
That's what it looked like in its true form. So.
Okay.
Do you have anything
That
to
it?
add? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the owner is a bit intuitive himself. So first thing I picked up on, there was one particular owner from the past that did some like dirty, shisty things, and the energy in this area, some of like the ghosts and stuff, because he's the new owner, he's being like micromanaged and targeted based on the actions of one of the owners from back in the day. And I feel like it's from the brothel days, when this place was a brothel. So there was some type of embezzlement or something along those lines that have like, and some places are like this, not every place, but like when you own something, you have control over that area. Like when we go and clear and do stuff, we have to have permission from the owner to do that, to even make it work. So being the owner of something like this, things can act up. And it's almost like, I also get something, and I normally don't get this kind of information, almost like in a past time frame or another dimensional time, or even in a past life, this guy already had something to do with his property. And I normally don't get stuff like that, but it's coming through. So I don't know if it's something to go on with that, but I'm going to leave that there. There's some angry spirits. The 1800s Top Hat Man might have been one of the owners or investors or one of the people that were involved in the embezzlement. I know this sounds really weird. And regarding the clearing, what I got was they're using the wrong types of clearing and rituals for this type of energy. It was totally not going to work. Like to get this place truly cleared, you would need somebody of like Native American heritage. You cannot use the German ritualistic stuff, or it's not going to be as effective using what she used. So somebody that's like a shaman or has Native American blood or is full blown Native American, they're the ones that are going to have to come help with this particular situation. Because a medium could probably go in there and clear up the earthies and stuff like that. But when it comes to the elementals that are here in this land, these spirits that have been conjured up by the Native Americans, not so much. The reason that thing, he saw it, he was awake, he saw it like a lizard. That's something tied to the land, that's elemental. And it could not sustain without the darkness. It can't hold its form. It uses the darkness to conceal itself. So it did not have time to dematerialize before he saw it when he turned the light on. Once, I don't know why I even wrote this down now, but it says once it's seen, it couldn't be unseen because it's channeled in. So once you can't unsee it. It knows, I think that's what it was. It knows that he knows, so it's just going to keep going. But I don't know if it's in this clip or the next one, because of course I cut the clips. I don't watch the whole video, cut the clips. They talk about how it stops, and I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but it's kind of weird. We'll get to that. If not, I'll talk about it next time. And as far as the animal, it's super sad, but sometimes our animals do take spiritual hits for us. And I've had this happen with one of my clients, that I have permission to share the story, and it will probably be done over on my Luminary Luna Beams channel, or either that or our Appalachian Nightmare when I do my haunted objects series. But it's really sad, and the dog ended up passing 2 or 3 days after. But it reminds me of, and I'm not getting biblical here on people that may take offense to this, but this is just what it reminds me of. It reminds me of how Jesus cast out the demons into the swine and they drowned themselves. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting, like something jumped the dog, right? And I know it was smushed or what got caught or something like that, but something was making it very, very sick, and it was funneling in the energy. I'm seeing like a cyclone. It was funneling in that negativity to that. The dog took that for the owner, because it could have been the owner that was going to get sick.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
What you were saying about him having a past life, there, I was seeing it during the saloon days. And then the other thing you were saying about the brothel, like a lot of it coming from the brothel times, I was also feeling that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's got a lot going on. There's layers. Like, it's like, again, it's like a book. You turn the page, you pick something else up, and then it just gets all stacked on top of each other when it
Mhm.
closes. And that's time itself moving. So you just got layers and layers and layers and layers. The
Yeah.
haunting origins, I have a feeling I kind of already get a good feeling, but I'm gonna hold off. I don't want to do the whole video in one segment. So
One of the strangest stories is of a psychic medium who is a part of the family that originally owned that property. It is said that she had showed up unannounced because she had felt that negative presence. Together, her and Jesse had made multiple attempts to try and cleanse that property and get rid of that evil entity. But as it would turn out, there is way more than just one. When she was performing the cleansing around Jesse's house, she had mentioned that there was actually a documented murder that had taken place in that room. Story says a man had actually found his lover with another man inside that master bedroom. He had then left the building, grabbed a hatchet, returned, and brutally murdered the both of them. He had then proceeded to leave, only to take his own life right outside of the front door.
Pointing at this room here, which was going to be like the master bedroom, previous owners wouldn't even go in there. And he tells me the story of how when it was a brothel, this guy came in to find his favorite girl, or maybe it was his wife, I can't remember, with another guy. And he walks out, goes back home, comes back with an axe, and he comes in the door right here, and he basically hacks him up both to pieces. And then he walks outside the door, kills himself.
Whoa!
So murder-suicide.
And that happened in here?
Right here. Just walking in here, I get like shivers and I can feel like stuff.
According to this psychic and many experiences from people who have visited this place themselves, it is said that not only are there one or two demonic entities, there are possibly many of the spirits of the women who had worked there. Throughout the many years of Jesse and this psychic working together to try and cleanse the property, which was actually all captured on camera, the activity seemed to go only from bad to worse to dead quiet out of nowhere. More recently, the activity has started to pick up again, and people who are visiting the Painted Lady end up leaving with scratches, bruises, hearing strange noises in the middle of the night, and even still seeing full-bodied apparitions inside some of the rooms. And that is what we are left with today.
Our goal was to go to the Painted Lady to find out what exactly was happening there. And what we came across was terrifying.
Let's see. So like another medium tried to cleanse the location. Which was somebody who lived there previously. And the thing with cleansings, if you know you're in a haunted location, you gotta keep up the cleansings. You can't just do a one and done. That's not gonna help you. Like, it'll help you like for a little bit, but you have to keep doing it. Also, if there's portals and you don't address the portals, cleansing might not do as much as you would like it.
yeah.
And yes. You know, when they said that the psychic medium, like the one that lived there, she felt like whatever was there was coming back or like came back and was going to be a problem, so she went there to help them cleanse it. It kind of reminded me of starting my journey as a medium and all the issues that I was having and how I was unintentionally contributing to them. Because like and if anyone ever listened to the audio version of our podcast, like astral traveling and doing all that stuff, sometimes forcing yourself to do those kinds of things can open up doorways in which things can come and go. It kind of reminded me of that. I don't know what her spiritual practices are, but when you are a medium, you have to be careful and be very conscientious of what you're doing and how it affects the area around you, because it can also warp the energy grids. I'm not saying this is all our fault, because there are obviously issues beforehand, but there are some things that she could have added to the situation, unintentionally, of course. And I feel like that might be a slice, probably not like all of it or even half of it or a third of it, but I feel like is a wee bit of a slice going on there. But there's
Could it be her or could it be him doing? Because he's the one that lives there.
Well, I was also gonna add that too.
Yeah, I was curious because she doesn't live there, but she could be if the entity is coming to her.
She
Like
used to. She used to
she
live there.
used to. Oh, I thought it was her family. Okay.
I thought she used to live there. And then I was gonna
Sorry, I don't. I didn't retain it.
say, and then with him being intuitive, same thing applies.
Hmm.
But there's portals there from history, from things that went on in history. I feel like the brothel days contributed to a lot of it. A
Yeah,
lot of it. Yeah, saloon days, there's some violence. However, with the brothel stuff, I'm just seeing a lot more crime elements like drug use and um I wouldn't say, okay, I don't know how to say this properly, so you're gonna have to correct me. But sexual activities and the energy produced from those things can
hmm,
also attract
yeah,
bad things.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. You have people doing things. Some people that do that type of work, um, it's SW work,
Mm-hmm.
S work. Um, they they don't want to do it. They do
Yeah.
it because they have to do it or they've been forced to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Could there have been situations where I see like a young girl being forced to do it? So yeah, there's a lot, and I mean, I'm going in a totally different direction, which is fine. I'm seeing something on a much larger scale and it's going back way back, but I want you to finish first. If
Mm-hmm.
unless you have anything else you want to add.
I was gonna say, like, I know a lot of times, depending on the time period, they use brothels and people who owed people things like money or whatever, they would put them in like a servitude and they would make them pay with their body. And of
Yeah,
course, that's not something most people want, and that in of itself creates bad things. I know there's a bigger picture here, but I feel like there's still pages in that layered book there that contribute and add on to the bigger thing. But now I'm done.
sure. Sure. And I mean, it's good because I'm not really picking up anything about that. And it's perfect because I'm seeing like Native Americans, I'm seeing bloodshed, I'm seeing war. I'm seeing some type of battle closer by. It might not be on that land particularly, something very close by. I got taken to this space and like in between rocks, like in a little tiny cave, but there's light coming through, and I'm seeing some type of ritualistic behavior and summoning
Hmm. Yeah,
from somebody, um, at some point. And this feels like a while ago. Like I'm seeing campfires, I'm seeing smoke, um, way old entities from the land
I'm seeing
that
cave
were,
paintings.
yeah, that were drawn in. The darker ones, they have been left unattended to grow, and sometimes they can be tainted too. Even elementals can be tainted because elementals don't always mean harm, but can they be made to do harm?
Hmm.
Yes. So, uh, not the first time that this has happened on the land about the murder. In this specific area, there has been murders that were never uncovered or ever spoke about. You're talking about the Wild Wild West.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm getting. And then let's see. Yep, war, bloodshed. I pretty much said everything. There's an astrological also too, like things coming back around. Like
Yep.
how things repeat themselves. Like there's some astrological things that happen, like ever so often we have transits in astrology, and there's some type of transit that's triggering activity here ever so many years. I don't know, this is very interesting. I normally don't go this route, but this is what's
Hmm.
coming through.
I was gonna say too, like to add on, like I'm seeing cycles, repetitive cycles. I'm seeing, and it's strange, and I'm not quite sure how to interpret it, but I see a past action of like violence being done, and then a more current like person. It's almost like they're on top of that energy
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing the same actions over that energy. And it looks like they could be influenced, possessed, but it's weird because it's like, I don't know how else to describe it. They get caught in a shadow version of the action, and then when they overlap it, they catch themselves doing the same action.
It's almost like a karmatic lesson or a karmic lesson.
That, or just like people who are sensitive to energies could accidentally do actions that they wouldn't normally do, but they're picking up on it and can't differentiate between past residual energy versus themselves. And so it's like they overlap and go
Yeah.
with that energy.
Yeah, there's some emphasis just on past life big time here, and I don't quite understand why. Almost like it's a time loop,
Yeah.
just different era, because time is not linear, right? But it keeps going on. It's like the same entities doing the same, or the same beings doing the same thing, or the
Mhm.
same generation to generation doing the same thing, like almost like a curse.
Mhm. And with the negativity in that one spot, like with that negative entities from wherever it came from, it feeds on it and, like you said, gets stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah, we need to figure out whose land this. Well, we know whose land it was before, but we need to figure out like the land ownership, and if something could have been cursed to the people there on the land because being taken and having the ability to work with the darker and lighter realms and create beings like the Ikatomi to help fight in wars, and stuff like that, part of certain Native American heritage, or even Hispanic culture too. So
You know what just popped up into my brain?
what's that?
The Holes movie. Do you remember that movie?
I don't think I ever watched it. I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, it's one of
though.
my favorite movies, but essentially it's about curses.
Okay,
So
I will.
yeah, it's a good child movie. You can watch it with your children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's family night.
Yes.
So right over here, there's a headboard that the owner, Jesse, used to have in his room when he had lived here. And apparently he had woken up and saw that there was a portal coming straight out of this headboard. Now this door used to be an original door from when this place was built. So what we are going to do is take this and move it into one of the rooms, see if we can maybe open up a portal or let spirits know that it's time for them to come through and come and have a conversation with us. Spirits can hear me. We are bringing in this portal, and we are going to go ahead and set it down here. So if you'd like to, please come through this portal. Come and talk to us. We're trying to see if you are here. And if this is the way that you get through, we give you permission to come and talk to us. What the was that?
To add on to it, the reason we're putting the headboard in here is because what is behind these curtains is also the original doorway from when this place was built that people would have used to enter the whole place, the saloon and everything. So we're putting a doorway in a doorway.
Are you here with us? Can you please give us a sign? Make a noise? Let us know where you are? Maybe you can tell us where there's a portal. How all these entities and spirits keep making their way through. The psychic medium can't find it.
If you tell us, we won't tell anyone. Your secret is safe with us.
Ahead?
In the room again?
In this room right in front of me? You want us in here?
Entrance.
Oh!
What? What it?
You know me.
Entrance.
Dude,
That was weird. A head entrance.
it also said you know me, you called out.
Oh! Shut the up. Wyatt, I just heard your voice in there.
Nuh-uh.
I just heard your voice say the same exact thing that you were saying, but it was a duplicate.
That's
Repeating after you. Dude, Look at my arms, bro. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
You called out Bill.
But why did it sound like you?
I have no idea.
These boys crack me up. For real, for real.
Yeah,
Oh my god. First
air
of all,
trip.
Brian, you don't need to create more portals when there's already portals there.
It's
And
not just a portal. That
it's
place
a
is a
big ass.
vortex.
I was gonna say, like, the whole land area itself is a one giant portal.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny how they brought the door, the original door, and put it next to the window.
The spirits were like, what the?
They're
They're
like,
just
we're
like,
it's like, we're already here. Like, why are you
Yeah.
doing this? We already here. It's fine. It's fine.
yeah. I didn't get too much, but I just got like spirits like watching them like, why are you doing
Yeah.
that? But visually I see doors swinging open. I hear the word revolving door, and I hear the door creaking and stuff, like commonly going in and out. That door itself, think about it, coming out of the brothel, you done your thing with strangers. Now you feel guilty because you're getting ready to go home and eat what your wife cooked you for dinner. Okay. Or what she's making you for breakfast because your drunk ass didn't come home.
Mhm.
So there's just a lot of emotions. It's a lot of residual energy. Did it really do anything? No, it just that residual energy. It's like having a bunch of stuff from, a discount store or like
Mm.
Goodwill stacked up, a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, stacking pages on top of pages is what I wrote down with my analogy of the book.
Mhm. I heard the pop, 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 like the doors. You know how they used to have them like in the saloon like this? I heard pop, 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 pop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I wonder if they did open out and in,
Mm-hmm.
like inward and outward.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't get too much there either.
Yeah.
Just the same thing as you, like, it's residual stacking on top of residual.
Yeah, and I wanted to include it because it's part of it's like the biggest thing in the video, so I had to include it for the storyline, and I wanted to give my thoughts. I figured you'd have something to say, and y'all let us know your thoughts about what happened when they put the portal on top of the portal in front of each other down in the comment section.
Yeah. I think though, if you put the intent that it is a portal, it can create a portal. Especially those two, the Reese brothers, because they do have abilities, so they have that potential to do that.
Yeah.
Next.
Gracias.
I was thanking them for this.
You should have just said that.
Gracias. Yeah.
Is this a lady or a guy?
I don't know. Are you a lady or a guy?
Mi nombre es Ryan.
Mi nombre is Rio.
El pelirrojo de allí se llama Wyatt.
Hola.
It means the redhead over there. His name is Wyatt. Do you speak Spanish or English? Dad. Told you.
Okay. Let's move.
Are you knocking?
Could you imagine someone's knocking on the portal door? The one in the other room?
I just want to be clear. If somebody speaks English here, my name is Ryan.
My name is Wyatt.
And my name is River.
We don't mean any harm. We are here to just have a conversation with anybody who is here. So if you can, come and talk to us, please. If you speak Spanish, we have this device. Please tell us.
Si hablas español, tenemos este dispositivo aquí. Por favor, habla con nosotros.
Nosotros.
I mean, if they've been dead for a while, I mean, some of them can learn English.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought they crack me up. They
Yeah.
do.
I mean, some people try that too. Like it's a thing. They
Mhm.
try to contact other spirits of other cultures because they speak other languages. And in my Henry River Mill video, there was somebody there speaking Spanish. And I wonder if they came along with one of the people that were investigating with us through that portal box.
Mm.
Yeah, because there's Spanish words and Latin words in Henry River Mill video that do not really belong. I mean, maybe for more travelers or something, but it is interesting. And I don't know how close this is to the Mexican border, right? But we know that Mexico used to come up further into the United States. So it's possible. It could be an earthbound spirit that hasn't learned how to speak telepathically.
True. I had all the stuff that I was gonna say, and now I don't remember any of it.
You didn't take notes this time?
No, because I was like, I got
I
it in
didn't
my
either.
head.
The one time we both don't take notes. I just included that, but I wanted to add to this. You know, you have different cultures and different belief systems that come around, which bring different types of beings and entities. And when you get into the Hispanic culture and what they believe in and what they see, you have like massive owls and trees. You have a totally different thing. This is where you get into that skinwalker vibe, right? But I don't want to call it the big SW, you know. But, you know, you just have darker beings from other belief systems that are mixed in this area.
Now I remember because
Ultimately.
I feel it again. So yeah, my stomach hurts. It always hurts, but I feel like I'm pregnant.
Right.
Like it's a specific feeling that I can differentiate between just like plain pain versus being pregnant.
Right.
But I feel pregnant. I feel like maybe 7 months, 8 months pregnant.
Yeah. Could have been one of the workers.
The
SWs.
Hey, SW and SW. Skinwalkers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Next.
Alright. So that mirror right there at the end of the hall, is that one of the portals? And then the door is a portal as well? I'm assuming there must be a portal in each one of these rooms.
Wait a minute. When he had to rebuild this place, he said that there used to be a hallway going all the way through. We legit just made like a mega portal by putting the door right up against the original doors where everyone used to enter.
Dark energy everywhere.
I think we just made a whole railway for these crazy entities.
And now that is happening everywhere.
Where's the dark energy? You're saying it's everywhere, but why can't we see them? Is there something we have to do?
Close.
Close.
Uncertain.
Uncertain. Close. Worry. What the close, uncertain. That device goes off.
Turn right.
That was a wall. That was a wall. Close.
Uncertain and worry.
So they're not sure how we can see them or how to use it. But something is close and they're worried about us.
Where are you all coming from? What's on the other side of the portal?
They just say hell. Imagine.
Can you see me right now?
Oh, that's scary.
Listen, I was going like this, you couldn't
Yeah.
see. But to me, that means hell mouth. And I just see a crater, which is just a big ass portal. And I was going like, meow.
Oh God. Yeah, this place. I mean, it's wide open.
That's what she said.
Yep. That's what she said. It's wide open. There's a lot of things happening. I mean, not to be a broken record, but it's just to, you know, kind of say, hey, yeah, there's darkness everywhere. It's going to creep on in. It don't matter who you are. Some places are just stained. This is a place that's stained. And until the people that live there change their habits and learn their lessons, things aren't going to change.
And a little bit of purification of the land.
I think Mother Earth can do that
Yeah.
if it's done properly by
Mm-hmm.
enough people, because it took enough people to do whatever they did to this land.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't just an individual.
Need to do a little rain dance. Bring on the rains. Maybe not. That could conjure something.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
yeah.
And I mean, just in general, lots of stuff there. I mean, it's impossible. I believe they are connecting with the Hispanic woman. I know it's a woman's voice on there, but I do feel like it's feminine.
Maybe she's the pregnant one.
Possibly, that's what I was wondering too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing is, with having a giant portal, that means you can have anything and everything, and it's a multi-dimensional portal, so it can go from the darkest parts or the not so dark but not quite light either parts, and that's why there's a lot of earthies. But I also feel like too, with the residual energy, it allows things of that time, because it's like a vibratory match, to come through as well.
Yeah. I wonder if people see aliens out here, like they spy.
I
I
was
wonder
thinking that.
yeah. I wonder if people see aliens in the sky and they're like, oh my God, it's a UFO. Or no, is it a UFA or whatever they call them now?
Unidentified flying object.
Yeah.
Mhm.
UPAs or something.
I was wondering if the neighboring houses or wherever, whether it's houses, businesses, or whatever, are they having issues too? Because it's not just that house or whatever it is now, it's the land too.
Yeah. Yep. There's a very big karmatic debt that has to be paid.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, you did this to us, and now we're gonna curse all your generations. You're not getting our land now. You thought you would take the land when you made Mexico into the United States, and for that, you are
Yeah.
now cursed.
Or the Native Americans, or it was the Native Americans and the Hispanics.
Yeah, they want
Like,
their
there's-
land back.
Yeah. Get off my lawn
Yeah.
type energy, pretty much.
Yeah.
They don't want nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
From the other room wanted me.
True.
What this device does is when I speak into it, after I'm done speaking, if you speak into it, we can actually hear your voice. If you want to have a conversation, this is the best way to do it. I guess I'm gonna go and touch this door.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna try to avoid.
Secret.
Okay, I'm gonna go do this.
Secret.
Twice.
Secret.
Ask him what the secret is.
There it is.
There's no way. Is that seeing me?
I don't know.
I don't think it's seeing any of us.
Unless that is him and he's.
I like to come here.
Whoa!
I'm scared, dude. Should I ask if there's a secret through
Disarray.
disarray?
Attach.
Oh!
Be careful. Be careful.
Okay, here it come. Alright, again.
Shut the up. Nobody is in front of it.
Can you step away real quick? Dude, seriously? Again, this is the way we're gonna be able to hear your voice. Step away. Please. Come to this side, right here. Do you know how scary this is?
I think it's picking up somebody walking in. I just heard the door knock and then steps past us in front of the bed.
Okay, here we go. I'm touching it. Bill, if you're still here, where exactly are you? Is this door right here used as a portal? Okay. What the
Did you hear all that?
Bill. When that said attached, I'm like, oh no, you guys, come on.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, Bill. Exactly the same thing I said. But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I know we said there's a lot of dark stuff here, but there's not a lot of dark stuff around them.
Mm-hmm.
In
It's
my
all
opinion.
earthies. It looks like all earthies.
Yeah. And the guy walked in. He's like, "I'll be Bill." That's what I wrote down. I heard it. It clears day. I'll be Bill. It's fine. Hey, I'm Bill. I'm not saying Bill's not there. I'm not saying that. But whoever, it was a male that walked. That was what was clicking off that music box, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I haven't seen anything dark around the twins and Wyatt.
Nope.
I only see the dark thing with the owner.
Because he's the owner
Mm-hmm.
of the land of that property.
Yeah.
Yep. And I wrote down, what else? I know I wrote something. Oh, because whatever protection that these guys invoke around them is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So that's because I've never done a reaction to Twin Paranormal. I've never watched Emily's video I don't know what she picked up, but whatever they invoked is strong.
Yeah, I love them. They're amazing.
Hey, hit us up. Let's do a collab.
Collab. They might
Yeah,
want
right.
to.
Maybe one day.
They might want to when they know something. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna shut up. Next clip.
Okay, we decided the three of us are going to be splitting up. River in this room, me in that room, Wyatt in here. So, yeah, we got 10, 15 more minutes. We got this.
Okay. Someone was murdered in here. I'd really appreciate if you didn't, murk my ass. Who's still in here? Where are you? Why does my bed feel like it's already moving? We've been all over this place looking for whoever's still here. We think we've come across the darker energies and a few other people as well. Now's the time to be specific.
Gone.
Gone? Who's gone? Where's the portal? If you show it to us, I'll have Wyatt jump in it.
I don't like that idea.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
It's a bad idea.
Just to try it.
You're helping me.
You're helping me. How are we helping you?
Said that before, too. Is it because we opened up the portal? We brought the door back in?
What up, dog?
I think I just heard somebody outside.
If you're outside, come on in. Where are you?
Towards.
Towards? I just heard somebody outside and River told him to come inside?
Come on in.
We're not going to be here for much longer. Use your energy. This is your last chance.
Negative.
Negative?
Well, we already know that there's a negative entity. Can you crawl on the ceiling for us or something?
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Where was that?
What was it?
Dark soul.
Poltergeist.
Dark soul.
What the f?
What?
River said, can you crawl on the ceiling or something? And it sounded like somebody was shuffling around down here.
And then it said dark soul.
And poltergeist.
Where
I
are
feel
you?
so left out.
Why don't you sit closer to the door, Rye?
Okay.
Brothel.
What?
Brothel.
What happened?
River's device just said brothel.
Can we hear someone speak Spanish again? If we're gonna leave, I just want to hear it one more time. Can you please say something?
It's we're sitting in the door.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Oh my god, so many people are gonna make fun of me.
Go away.
Go away.
You.
No.
Well, that's all the clips. So I guess we can talk about what we felt during that and just give a roundabout conclusion, and that will conclude the video. So
Dude,
Emily, what did you see? What did you think? What did you
that
feel?
was freaking funny. They're
Yeah.
like telling them to do stuff. They say negative, but they're saying negative as in no.
No. Yeah.
They're like, no. Oh my God.
You know what I saw? I saw like it was anywhere between 3 and 5 like earthbound spirits like around the door,
Yeah.
and they were like, just leave. They're all like, and then there's one that's interacting with them that's the one that's like stepping up and talking, but the rest of them are like, just go.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny because they're like speaking Spanish and they're
Yeah.
like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. Gotta go.
He's like, no, we're done. Get out.
Yeah.
They're so offended by that.
Yeah,
It's
because
so
their
funny.
time was almost up too. Like we're
Yeah.
like, we got 15, 20 minutes left in here. This is it. They're
Mm.
like, it's done. It's time to go now.
Yep.
This isn't as an organized, like some haunted places are more spiritually organized to
Mhm.
like places that are meant to be investigated. This place is in disarray. It's just all kinds of stuff from all kinds of places just popping in and out. And no, it's not always there. I mean, they may have dealt with like a more negative energy, darker energy, but whatever the owner experienced was not coming in at all for me.
Same. I only was getting like seeing it when he was there, not with Twin Paranormal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Gone, darker energy. Like when it said gone, the darker energy wasn't there.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Helping me was away from the darker energy because I think they drove off anything potentially there.
Because with them there, the owner wasn't there, and the dark
Yep.
thing is with the owner because it's an attachment. So the place is haunted. The whole land itself is a giant portal. And yeah, it's bringing earthies in and out. You're going to have some dark ones here and there, of course. Then you're just going to have earthies in general that are just earthing around.
It's a vortex of energy. The place is wild.
And that's just allowing the constant flow of earthies to come in and out.
Yeah.
And I think the situation with the dog, I feel like that was more the darker thing than the earthbound spirits.
Absolutely.
hmm
It was. And it's to do with the owner
hmm
because he's the owner. There's some karmatic debt or something, soul ties, curse. That's the way I'm feeling. And, putting myself remotely viewing in there, it's like I'm a light in the dark. It's like I'm a flashlight.
Honestly, like walking in there, I feel like in terms of clairsentient stuff, like feeling sick and stuff, I don't really have that there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just dark. It's clear, but it's dark.
Yeah.
Like jump scary type being in that place, like spiritually, is jump scary dark. That's the only way I know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all I have to add.
Same.
Yep. Pretty neat little investigation. This is the first time we've reacted to Twin Paranormal. If you like our reactions, please let us know in the comments below. And if you like us reacting to Twin Paranormal, we might find another video of theirs in the near future to check out. But yes, that is it for this video. And yes, we're going to record another video after this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, stay tuned for the next one. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
Hey, if you have a haunted story you want to share, you can email us at lightsatmidnightpodcast@gmail.com. Get in touch with us there. We'd love to hear from you. We really appreciate y'all hanging around and checking it out. And yeah, thank you so much. We are super excited to bring you some super awesome content. We really appreciate you guys checking us out.
Thank you to all that took the time to listen to this week's episode. Your support means the world to us. And remember, all of us have the ability to shine brightly and shed positivity even in the darkest of places. Stay safe, stay well, and light it up!